Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to work on this. I'm going to show you the whole process from the laser engraving, how to paint it, finish it up, and links for the hooks and everything in the description, how to put them on, and how to make something useful from start to finish. It is completely engraved now, and we're going to go ahead and add some color to this, add the hangers, and I will show you how I like to do it. So I'm not going to directly paint it like a thick paint. We're going to actually stain this thing going forward. So add in some of the orangey yellow, some of the green, and yeah, some gray for the horseshoe. So let's go ahead and start staining this and see how it turns out. All right, so for the sunflower portion of it, I've picked out a King's Gold. For the horseshoe, this is Rainy Day Gray, or just a plain gray. It's not too blue, it's not pink or anything, it's just straight gray. And then for the leaves themselves, I'm going to have to do a mixture because the dark green is too, well, it's Kelly green, so it's too Kelly. So I want to add a little bit of a yellow green to it. Possibly an olive green, which is close to a yellow. One's a little bit more on the blue side, so we'll see how it turns out. And I also need to get a little bit of a darker orange to go in there towards the center. So I'm going to find that, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Over here I have my water, and then I will have my mixing cups for each color. Alright, so first off, we're going to go ahead and do up the gray. I also grabbed orange and yellow just in case I want to modify that a little bit as we go. So to take acrylic paint and to make stain, super simple. And depending on what medium you are painting on, it'll turn it more like a watercolor. So if you're doing like paper or something like that, you're going to have to be careful, just like, doing watercolor. But for wood, it's super simple. It's really easy to do. And there's usually not too much issues, especially with the engraving. The only thing you're going to have is the grain likes to spread water or liquid about. So don't need it too watery. But just water this down just a little bit. Kind of like that. But if the engraving is deep enough, it should negate that spread through the grain work. And going to pick a small paintbrush. So something like that. It doesn't take a lot to add color to it. You don't want to be all drippy either. And just dab it in, and as you can see, that's not enough color. Too much water. So add some more paint. So I got rid of the water, or some of the water, and I added more paint. Thin it out. See how this works. Getting the consistency is the key. I'm just going to dab in and add a little bit of gray tone to this. And you can do as much as you want or as little as you want. Get it as dark as you want. But if you just put the paint straight on top, you'll cover up the engraving. You wanted that water base, so it actually soaks in. Now the inset here and the underneath is probably going to be darker, so from here I'll probably add the tiniest bit of black to darken up this gray, because I do want some shadow effects going on. I think it would be pretty cool. Kind of like that. And the laser engraving did help with the shadow affecting and stuff, so because it added in all the deep lines and stuff. But like I said, I want the tiniest of black, because black goes a long way. And yes, I am dripping it down the side so I can add in the little bit that I want. Kind of thing, to change the color of this just a little bit, like that. There's the first part. Get this cleaned up and start on our second color. Okay, so for our green, like I said, it is a Kelly tone or darkness, but it's not, it has yellow in it. So let's see if we can't get the right tone that we want. Move this out of the way while I mix up paint, because I don't want an accident to happen, because you never know. Okay, and I am going to add a bit of that black. To get this a little bit muted. I don't want it so in your face green like Kelly green is. And that looks about right. Okay, now we're going to add just a tad bit of water. And I think that'll be pretty good on the wood. So I'm going to test it on here. And you can see how it spreads out because the fiber's in the wood. So like I said, it's just like watercolor. So if I dab it, it spreads. But with the laser engraving, it helps stop it. But as far as that color, I think it is perfect for what we want. And as you can see, I'm not painting, I am dabbing the color in of where I want it to be. So I'm not doing brush strokes. I'm allowing the unburnt portion of this image soak up the color and spread it where it wants to. So that being said, be very careful when you get close to your edging. Start in the middle, work your way out. And allow the paint to carry itself through. Because if you do go beyond it, there's no getting it out because it's soaked into the wood fibers at that point. So this is really fun. It takes a little bit of skill, but patience, and a little bit of practice, and it's pretty cool. So I'm going to work on the rest of this. There that is so far. Looks pretty cool. Got a lint. There we go. Move that out of my way while I mix up my yellow. I'm going to start off with just the King's Gold yellow or golden yellow. Add a little bit of water. I'm going to add just a tiny bit of orange to darken this up a bit. And again, a tiny bit of black. I think that looks pretty good. Add some water. Thin this out. And that is closer to our middle sunflower color. So for this part of it, I'm just going to add it into the ends here. And slightly bring it out. And the ones behind it, because those are always darker, just to add a little bit of depth to the color, kind of thing. And that is more sunflower. So basically the tips are the golden yellow, and the ones in the back and towards the center are the orangish yellow, kind of like a true sunflower. I'm not going to get too excited because I will get sloppy and screw up, so take my time, make sure I'm dabbing and paying attention to where my brush is. You get into a rhythm and you kind of can screw up. You're just and just go for it. So, pay attention. Now I'm going to let this dry completely, and then when we get back, we will start sealing this thing up. So this project has taken, quite some time, and I don't want to cut too much from the video. So I'm going to do this in a two-part series. So this first part, you've seen how to paint it and everything like that. Since this is a tutorial, I thought it would be best to break this up into two parts. That way you can see how it's painted, and then you can see how it's all finished up. So join me next week. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button so you know when the second part comes out, and I will see you next week. Stay creative.